Well, where do I start? 4.5 years sober, and yesterday decided that I was gonna try and control my drinking this time. I thought, it's been 4.5 years, surely things will be different now. Like, I feel so good. Like, why wouldn't I be able just to have one drink and stop? Surely. So, I'm actually in Vietnam, and as you guys know, I've been traveling, working on this YouTube channel, which is basically trying to teach you guys how to stop drinking alcohol. And I just want to make this video for you because it's a very important reminder of how we can become complacent. So I'm going to take my usual seat on the bed, different bed, same mission, slightly different story, but it will all make sense. Okay, so here we go. Now, let me just grab my beer. LaRue Smooth, Da Nang original beer. Certainly is smooth. Now, you guys might be able to relate to me on this one. You're probably following this channel because of this one thing. You've tried to quit alcohol many times before. You've been successful for periods of time, but there's this one occurring pattern that always happens. You start by drinking loads on one weekend, you wake up with a hangover, you look in the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself, you got bags under your eyes, you might have been doing cocaine, you've got a blocked nose, you're dehydrated, you've got brain fog, and to top it all off, you've got like 6-7 hours to recover before you have to go to bed, wake up for Monday morning, and go deal with the grind. Now, this was my life for so many years. This is actually the reason why I quit alcohol, because I just couldn't handle waking up in the morning, feeling hungover, spending loads of money, most of my wages, and I was earning quite good money at the time, and destroying any sort of momentum I'd make throughout the week. I was just sick and tired of it. And I don't know what happened, but it was this one weekend where I woke up. I didn't wake up, actually, sorry. I was awake all weekend from Friday to Sunday. And quote me if I'm wrong, I might have got a little bit of sleep. This was 4.5 years ago. But anyway, 3 days in a row on it, Sunday afternoon, watching the UFC with my friend in a cabin in Australia, doing regional work. And I don't know, just something happened, like I just cracked, and I just looked at him and I just said, I can't do this anymore. No more drugs or alcohol, like I am just completely done. You're probably going to laugh at me and you're going to say, Ben, like, I've said this so many times. And I had said this so many times as well. I'd said it so many times that even when I would say it and I would actually mean it, I wouldn't fully believe it. Sounded like I was rhyming a little bit there. And then I would maybe have like 2 weekends off, and then I would start to feel good. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to drink. And I'd go out, I'd have a good night. Only sometimes I would have a good night. Looking back, there's only a few weekends I can actually remember where I woke up in the morning and actually thought, oh, that was a really good night. I actually really enjoyed drinking last night. It was really worth it. I can't really think of many of them. Can you? Can you name on one hand where you've actually woken up the next day, where you've actually gone to sleep, by the way, and you've woken up and you've thought to yourself, yeah, it was really worth the hangover. That money that I spent, it was really worth it. There's not many of them days. If you're following this channel, you're here for one reason and one reason only. You either want to control your drinking or you want to quit alcohol for good. So, back to the story of 4.5 years sober and then on the delicious Da Nang beer from Vietnam, smooth, 4.5%. This would make a good commercial, wouldn't it? Look at me, my hand's shaking and everything. Yeah, so back to the story. So 4.5 years sober, thinking to myself, things are really good now, and things are really good. I mean, I'm doing YouTube full time, I'm coaching guys, I'm making content, I'm traveling around Asia, I'm 35, I get to go to the gym every single day, I get to eat healthy, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. And this is a timely reminder, and I want to be honest with you, I haven't been completely honest with you in this video, but this video is a very powerful video. I've woken up this morning and it's come to my mind, and it's probably one of the best ones I'm going to have on my channel, which is going to maybe not resonate with you now, but when you're further into your journey, you're going to think about this video and think, right, Ben said this, he did this because of that, didn't pay off, don't do it. So I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why most people quit alcohol and then restart, like you may have, it might have been 3 weeks, it might have been 2 months, dry January, sober October, whatever. The reason why people restart is because they stop drinking and they start to feel the honeymoon benefits within the first week. You have more energy, your skin looks better, you have more money the following week because you don't owe it all out, or you're not going out drinking. You have better weekends because you're going to bed early on a Friday, you're waking up early Saturday morning, you're fresh all day, you've got full energy, you're enthusiastic, you're hitting your goals, you're hitting the gym, you're eating properly, you're having a great day Sunday. You don't mind going to work on a Monday because you feel good because you've had a good, restful weekend. By the way, that's what weekends are for. But there's always this one problem. This one problem is you start to feel good and then you forget why you quit in the first place. So I'm going to be honest with you, 4.5 years sober, and I'm still 4.5 years sober. I looked at this beer in my fridge yesterday when I got here and I thought to myself, you know, maybe old Ben after 6 months would be traveling, living the life, not working, doing what he loves to do. Probably wouldn't be making non-alcohol content if it was this scenario. But I might get to the hotel and think, you know, things are really good. I got money in my bank account. I'm in good shape. Everything's really good. Business is good. Do you know what? I think I'll have a beer. I think I'll have a drink today and I'll see if I can control it. And he probably would have. And he probably would have been able to control it for that weekend. But there's a problem. As the weeks go by, I might not drink for 3 weeks. But then the 4th week, I could go out and all the work that I've done on myself can be completely undone in one weekend. That can come in the form of not turning up for work on a Monday because I've been on a bender, or it can be getting into a fight on a night out and getting locked up and then having a court date and possibly going to prison. And by the way, that's happened to me as well. Very long time ago, and I will make a separate video on why I actually went to prison for fighting whilst drunk and the lessons I've learned. But yeah, so I'm still sober, but this video is to remind you that this is why most people fall off the wagon, because they get sober because their life's really bad and they want to change it, and then they start to feel really good, and it could be 4 years later and they can't actually remember the times that they felt bad. Because to be honest with you, trying to think of my hangovers or my come downs or the bad things that happened to me when I was drinking, it's pretty hard to remember because I've pretty much won every single day for the last 4.5 years. I can't remember a day when I've woken up and not been productive. Maybe I've been sick or someone's died in the family, but I've pretty much won every single day. So if you're 3 months sober, you're a week sober, you're 2 weeks sober, or you're a year sober, you're going to start to feel really good. Your life's going to come together. Your wife's going to be happy with you. You're going to be spending more time with your kids. Your business is going to be doing better. And then you're going to get complacent. You're going to think, oh, maybe we will go on that holiday. I'll just have one whiskey. One whiskey won't hurt. All right, maybe I'll do a line of coke and I'll smoke that cigarette. And before you know it, you're in the casino, You've drank, you've done drugs, you've smoked, and you've gambled, and you've argued with your wife, and now things are back to the way they were. And yeah, so that's basically the video. So still sober. This beer will be going back in the fridge, and I don't know if it's smooth, but I'll take their word for it. But I tell you what is smooth: waking up in Southeast Asia, doing what I love to do, drinking coffee and walking down the beach. So on that note, I'll see you in the next one.